Mortal Kombat attacks you never use. That's right, I'm not joking or being hyperbolic. Literally nobody watching this video has ever used any of these Mortal Kombat attacks. Well, unless you're an expert modder who dug deep into the game files to get them, but even then, some of these examples aren't even usable with mods. So yeah, today's video is gonna be awesome, because I'm showing you moves and abilities that were never used by anyone unless you worked on the game yourself as a developer. From cancelled X-ray attacks to deleted special moves and everything in between. You're not gonna believe your eyes. So make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed today's video and want to see more secret content in the future. I definitely think it's interesting and fun to watch. So for anyone new, make sure to subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss any future videos. I'm trying to reach 500,000 subscribers, so let's do it together. Alright everyone, without any further ado, let's begin. First up, let's discuss a move that's not even possible with mods because it got removed from the game before launch day. I'm talking about Sub-Zero's original X-Ray in Mortal Kombat 9. On screen right now is the playable version, right? Everyone gets this X-Ray attack. Sub-Zero shoulder checks the opponent, or you can delay it a bit by holding the X-Ray button. But regardless, Sub-Zero will charge the opponent with his shoulder. That's the version we got in the game. However, here's the original design. It's only been shown once in an early trailer for the game. As you can see, an iceberg erupts from the floor and launches the opponent towards Sub-Zero to keep the move going. Yeah, which is nothing like the final version, and if you look closely at Sub-Zero's animation, it's Raiden's H2O boost. Yeah, that's right, a DLC character that, keep in mind, wouldn't be playable until months after the game's release. So for whatever reason, developers changed Sub-Zero's X-Ray and gave that unused animation to Raiden for a special move, which is already strange, but then on top of that, H2O boost is almost useless because Raiden can't block while it's activated. And that's a problem in Mortal Kombat 9 because every character is so aggressive. Yeah, this whole situation is a real head scratcher because it makes you wonder why developers scrapped Sub-Zero's X-Ray and gave the animation to Raiden as a special move months later. Like, why did they do that? But next up is Deception, and this Mortal Kombat game has tons of hidden moves that regular players can't use without mods. And even then, the modders had to dig into the game files to even find these secret moves. So a big shout out to Dayrax on screen for showcasing all of these secret moves in Mortal Kombat Deception. I'm only going to mention a couple examples, that way you still watch his video. For me personally, I think Raiden's secret moves are the most interesting. Because first off, he gets his staff attack from Deadly Alliance, which is otherwise missing completely. So that's already cool, but then you have his throw, which starts combos. That's right, a secret throw for Raiden that starts combos in Deception. Yeah, this move stands out because throws were a big deal in Deception. So if Raiden had this move in the game, he'd be much higher on the tier list because your character lived and died by their throws in Deception, and I'm not joking, because you couldn't break throws in this game. Once they landed, they were gonna happen, so having a good throw that starts combos was a big deal. And once again, I'm left here wondering, why did developers do this? Why remove one of Raiden's best moves like that? Was he considered too strong, so they got rid of it? Or maybe developers just wanted you to use other characters more, and they knew that Raiden was already popular, so they gave his throw combo to somebody else. But real quick before moving on, this same throw has an alternate version with the NPC version of Raiden. Yeah, the non-playable version, in other words. The computer version of Raiden in story mode has a different throw, which I just think is kind of neat. But next up is Mortal Kombat X. Raiden again, but this time an X-ray attack that can't be used by anybody since it got replaced before the game released. Yep, that's right. But to make things more interesting, it's not a secret trailer that shows this move. Instead, it's Raiden's reveal trailer for Mortal Kombat X. Yeah, that's right. Along with Kotal Khan, this trailer debuted both characters and features a completely different X-ray attack from Raiden. So first up, to give you a fast comparison, here's the X-ray you can use in the game as a player. As you can see, it's very over the top with amazing lighting, the entire scenery changes, and I've always loved that about this X-ray because it's Raiden. He's the god of thunder, right? So it makes sense his X-ray should be the most over the top and godly. But even so, there's something spicy about his original X-ray. It's got some zest to it. It's really interesting. Check it out. Yeah, it might be less over the top, but this X-Ray has some real style to it. I love the teleport kick and the organ punch, it's all cool. Using Raiden's teleport mid-combo is so fun for an X-Ray, and I kinda wish NetherRealm found a way to keep this, maybe repurpose it as a special move or something, that would have been cool. But hey, in the comments down below, let me know which X-Ray for Raiden you prefer, because to me they're both really interesting. But next up is Armageddon, and once again a shout out to Dayrax for showcasing all of these different moves hidden deep in the game files. Just like Deception, this game had tons of hidden moves from past games and also some air attacks too. In other words, special moves that are normally only possible on the ground, but with mods you can do them from the air, because at one point developers wanted that to be an option, but for some reason removed that feature. So yeah, make sure to check out the full video, but Stryker for me stands out the most because both of his hidden moves are unique to him and not shared with any other character. First up is Stryker's classic baton slide from Mortal Kombat 3, the game he debuted in. Back then it was goofy and still looks kinda goofy in Armageddon, but there's some nostalgia there too, to be sure. Which leaves me wondering why developers removed it in the first place. If you already had this attack fully animated for Stryker, then just let him have it. Keep in mind the character had been missing for many games. Ever since Mortal Kombat 4, Stryker had been completely missing, so this move deserved to return. Or at least I think so. Then for a fun fact, if Stryker misses the move, he just slides and doesn't do the follow-up, which I find funny and interesting because it's kind of a mobility attack in that regard. But next up is a unique throw, which is separate from his regular throw. Stryker switches sides with the opponent, and that's it. Nothing else happens. Which, believe it or not, is actually popular in many fighting games, especially 3D fighters like Tekken and Soul Calibur. However, the spacing is different because normally characters are left next to each other. That way the opponent is forced to guess, is a throw coming or is a strike coming, and they gotta think quickly, right? But here on screen, Stryker throws the opponent pretty far away when switching sides. So yeah, the move isn't really effective. That being said, Mortal Kombat Armageddon does have stage hazards, so this throw could still put the opponent closer to that stage hazard, right? There's still a function to this move, which is why once again I wish that Midway hadn't removed it. Both of these moves for Stryker were really interesting in my honest opinion. But now finally, to end today's video, let's go back to Mortal Kombat 9, featuring two characters this time. That's right, and both of them are top tier. Kung Lao and Sonya Blade both have moves from their 3D era in Mortal Kombat 9. Yeah, it's super interesting. Kung Lao gets his special spinning kick from Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, which for a fun fact, he learned that move to defeat the Deadly Alliance after they killed his friend and partner Liu Kang. Bo' Rai Cho himself actually taught this move to Kung Lao and trained him to use it effectively, so this move first appeared in Deadly Alliance and was actually back in Mortal Kombat 9 as a fun reference. I really wish NetherRealm kept this move in. That being said though, he is a top tier character. Kung Lao was really good, so maybe they felt he didn't need this extra move, but man, it looks cool and is also an awesome reference to Deadly Alliance. Then next up is Sonya Blade, who gets her bicycle kick from Mortal Kombat 3 back. Oh yeah man, what a throwback, and I'm guessing this animation was actually reused from Mortal Kombat vs DC Universe, because Sonya used this move in that game as well, so I'm guessing NetherRealm just copy and pasted it over but then never finished it. Because if it lands, a funny glitch happens to the opponent where they freeze in place for like 5+ seconds, which is not good, and definitely proves this attack was never polished. It was moved over from a previous game and then just never finished and therefore got scrapped, which is why for this one example, I understand why developers removed this move. That being said, I do wish they fixed it and kept this move in the game because it's so goofy and I love it. Ever since Mortal Kombat 3, I've loved this move, or maybe it first appeared in Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. I forget, but I've always loved this move, and actually it appears in the X-Ray for Mortal Kombat 9, so it's still kinda there, but I wish it stayed as a special move too. It's just that neat. And alright everyone, there you have it. Let me know in the comments if I missed any other secret moves or abilities hidden deep in the files of previous Mortal Kombat games. Because like mentioned earlier, nobody watching this video today has ever used these moves unless you worked on the games as a developer or modded the games. So even then, less than 1% of Mortal Kombat fans on Earth have ever used these attacks. So hopefully today's video was fun and also entertaining. Thanks for watching and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like down below, it helps the channel out a ton. For today's video, let's try and get 2,000 likes, that would be awesome. Then for anyone new, finish that combo by subscribing and ringing that bell so you never miss any future content. Make sure to come back next time everyone, and as always, stay underdogs.